Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations, where now, having learned of the secret, the trio of daughters of Morgan Le Fay, so much information filled in, so much explained, Dahlia, Iris, and of course Pearl as well. Where is this going? Well, first of all, before we go back and talk to anyone else about the situation, because man, that's a lot of information to learn, we deal with Gumshoe's secret weapon here, metal detector. Let's give it a go in this area, because that's obviously what we're about to do. It gets pretty boring after a while, why don't you give it a try? I don't know. Should I help Detective Gumshoe out or not? Play forensic expert, that's fine by me. Come on, pal, it's good fun, I'm telling you. Alright then, I guess I'll give it a go. Lockhart said this is the department's most advanced gadget, the absolute best. It's so sensitive you can make it cry. It's so high-tech you can skydive off it. Oh, bother. What, you Winnie the Pooh now? So now I'm going to tell you how to use it. It's possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right? Sure, that's what we're trying to find out. Right, so first, let's turn the detector on. That's the sound the metal detector signal bouncing off of something metallic. Next, touch the detector and take a real good look around this courtyard with it, pal. Once you've hit something metallic, the check gauge will flash and go crazy. And when that happens, touch the gauge to really give the area a good hard stare. This thing picks up metallic objects that are hidden from sight too. Well, that's the point in a metal detector. Take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal? You're not supposed to walk up to something that you already know is metallic and go, confirmed, it's metal. Like the ladder or the scaffolding. Or probably the statue and the sword. There's something metallic here. Hey, I found a dollar coin. Huh? Money? If you find money, you have to turn it into the police or a detective. If the owner doesn't come forward within 6 months, you get to keep 10%. The other 90% goes to the police department. Don't get so close to me, detective. Give me some space, will you? Here's the coin. Happy? I definitely made the right decision becoming a detective. Yikes, talk about a serious case of denial. Okay, a random coin found. Something here as well. What's this? A pen? Hey, I've been looking all over for that, pal. Huh, it's yours? Yeah, my old man gave it to me when I qualified as a detective. He told me it'd be good for sticking in suspects' faces. That makes you detectives sound really nasty. It's my dream to stick it in your face one day, right? And don't go losing it. Alright, is there anything hidden under the sled? That's odd. This sled's made of plastic. It says bikini number 1 on the side. Maybe there's something under it. Hey, what's this? A badge? Aha! I've been hunting high and low for that. It's yours, detective? That thing's priceless to a guy like me, pal. Cop can't be a cop without his badge. I'm sure glad I put that diamond there now. How do you manage to drop your badge here of all places? I know. I bet it happened this morning. I was playing around with the sled and... Stop right there. I don't need it here anymore. You're messing with the crime scene? We're just going to find a ton of your stuff. There's something obviously here on the ground. This looks like a wallet? Aha! That's where it's been. Is it yours, detective? I'm always dropping it, so I'll put a bell on it. You still dropped it anyway. Yeah, but now I found it again, pal. Your wallet is completely empty. Well, I drop it all the time, so I don't put money in it anymore. Then how come the metal detector picked it up? Must be because of the bell, I guess. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Right, well, we've searched most of this side. As we find her staff is not made of wood. Is this Miss Donim's staff, isn't it? Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood. But the reactor is reacting to it. The detector. Reactor? Yeah. Yeah, but however you look at it, the thing's made of wood, right? I don't bother investigating anything unless it looks like it might be metallic. Isn't the whole point of a metal detector to find metal where you can't see it? I think I just said that not too long ago. It's weird this thing is causing a racket. Here, let me take a look at it. Hey, hands off! Examining evidence is a job for the... Oops. Ugh! The top is coming off! Look what you've done! You've damaged a really important piece of evidence! Ah! That's a sword inside the staff. Is this? Could it be? The murder weapon? Right, the murder weapon. The real murder weapon. I never guessed there'd be a sword concealed in the victim's staff. They call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. The workmanship is really something else. It would be highly illegal as well. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword, or else the victim would have stabbed her own foot. I officially give up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind works. If the real scene of the crime was the inner temple garden, then why was a sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Hey Gumshoe, who knows about the hidden sword? No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now. Well, as they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. It doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it. Now, I guess this isn't the murder weapon, huh? No. I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder. Yeah, of course. This thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal. It's about the same length as the Shichichito, too. This must be the murder weapon. Okay, I'm gonna run over to forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most of it has been wiped off. See you later, pal. Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Hold it! Wait up, detective. Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know. You're gonna get that staff analysed, right? Would you mind holding off for just a while? Huh? What are you talking about, pal? Please. Just until we find Maya. Maya? What's this got to do with her? I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. Oh? How so? Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cabin right now and, well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel. You don't think? Maya's been Please, detective, let's just wait until we can get inside the sacred cabin. You're looking kind of rude in there. Okay, just stop it with that face, pal. One thing, though. This staff's secret trick. Let's keep it between you and me, alright? If it gets out that we knew about it and didn't say anything, we're finished. I understand. This is just a regular run-of-the-mill staff, you got it? Okay, now you go take good care of it, pal. Thank you, detective. Let's not get the evidence dirtied and stuff. It needs to be tested with luminol at the very least. Don't worry. She'll be fine. Gumshoe. You know, there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some really good pasta. How about I take you there when you find Maya, pal? Sure. Thanks. Getting some food down him is probably not a bad idea, but now we've updated the victim's staff, I can't help but wonder though, what was Elise Donim doing with a staff like this in the first place? That is the question, isn't it? Is there anything else to get from you, Gumshoe? Well, to be honest, you provided me with the murder weapon. Stop with your eyebrows. What are you? You're just doing some kind of weird athletics. Well, we definitely wouldn't get another conversation off of you, he says, even though he's got stuff like that before. So I guess it's time to move back towards the investigation area? Anything going on in the Heavenly Hall? Does seem so. I was expecting Larry and Pearls to be here. I guess they must have gone to collect firewood. I suppose I'll have to check back later. The game is hurting me onwards. That jar was always there, wasn't it? Mr. Observant Olizandri. He knows how to see things. Not really. Let's use the metal detector on the metal thing there, because that's what you're supposed to do, innit? You're supposed to check these things. Guess let's head for the garden before we head inwards. Right. I guess we could present something to some people, try and get them to get a separate conversation topic up. And we have that to get rid of as well. Just a second. I'm sure I could get more out of you. Morgan Faye's daughter and Iris' twin sister. Father deals in jewelry, apparently. But you know more about her, don't you? Do I try to break the lock now? Or have you got a fourth conversation option? I didn't check for Gumshoe, just expecting to be useless, just because the conversation ended at the right point. Hey, Edgeworth. Did you know that Iris had a twin sister? See, this is definitely a thing. What? A twin? You can't be serious. Sister Bikini told me, but the problem is she didn't know the name of this twin. There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently, her sister was raised by her father, a jeweler, I think. A jeweler? Right. I just might know who this twin sister of hers is. Yeah, definitely here first, because we're probably going to need the identity to break the psycho lock. I can't say psych lock anymore. On Iris. This has got to be it. I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Confirmation. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? Yes, exactly. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. Right, so there we go. Information. That's what we needed. It was my first court case, 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You were talking about Terry Fools, right? You know about that case? You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Fools conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. Her sister? Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't blood related. They didn't look anything alike, after all. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. Oh, and this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. She's prolific, that's for sure. So after Terry Fools died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out? Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. Why are you so sure about that? It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. What? Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak. What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth? Right, I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know of the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! At the time, Dahlia, it's like she was possessed by a demon or something. It's been almost 5 years since that guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month. Executed? I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And for more reasons than one. But you understand now. She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead, and when someone is dead, there is no way to revive them. No, that makes things way worse. Because we know the dead can rise, and the dead can affect the presence. Especially around the Fey family. There's no way to revive the dead? I wonder. Especially if someone is family, it seems the connection and bond is extremely strong. I think all the pieces of a puzzle here are held by Edgeworth. It seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth. And what is that? It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother. What's their mother got to do with any of this? She's Morgan Fay, a spirit medium from a branch family of the Kurain channeling technique. Did you say Kurain channeling technique? Do you know something about it? Oh, yes. I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium. Fraudulent? I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of a channeling school. Do you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent. Edgeworth, go to the police records room. It's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know. Of course. How could I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday. And then you'll see that the Kurain channeling technique is real. Right. So I think we probably have everything we need now to challenge a psycho lock. Do we or don't we? Should we or shouldn't we? Pearl is gone, which kind of removes her from the equation. Iris, we come for you. 3 locks. Can I break them? The night of the crime. I think it's time you told the truth about what you were doing on that night. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth? Yes, that's where I was. Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe what you're telling me too, but I can't. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. Well, that would be Bikini. Maybe I could have broke this earlier. That's an easy one. I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course. Sister Bikini. Her testimony in court today was very clear. At night, I was helping an acolyte with training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. Sister Bikini didn't just see you, she spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris, you were there at the inner temple on the night of the murder. That's very impressive, Mr. Wright. The acolyte's actual training was due to start at 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early so I wouldn't be late. What time was that? Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the inner temple. So I would have left at about 9:40 PM, I think, but you rang the bells. And I saw you. So that can't be right. I'm sorry, Iris, but lying just doesn't suit you. Huh? Now you say you left the main hall at 9:40 PM, but what you say doesn't add up with this. Right, is there like... Well, that is part of the thing that would add up with it. Is there a testimony we have as well? Rang lights out bell at 10 PM and was then in the room until the murder was discovered. I'd say that's probably the best bit. You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Ah! Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have. Who's that? Me. Mr. Wright. We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten. No, that's right. I remember. And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I've managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the inner temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. there were two of you. On the night of the incident, you were seen in two different places at the same time, which means there must have been two of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris.
But that's crazy. How could that be? There's only one of me. It's impossible.
Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise. How did... Well, if there's two of you and you know about it, what's going on here?
You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me? Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves there is more than one of me.
Well... I guess it's this. Someone gave me their hood, but then someone was seen with their hood on. I guess it's the hood. But we'll find out the answer next episode. Because I'm always cliffhangers. Join me then for more Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations as we break the last lock here and move on to find Pearl, I imagine, after a bit more information gathering. I'll see ya. Bye-bye.